We're speaking with Danny Meyer, considered the Dean of American Hospitality. He's one of the Food Channel Pro's leaders with guts. Danny, what has been your biggest challenge during these really tough economic times?
The biggest challenge has been to keep all of our restaurants open, to not change what is great about them as brands, so not to be afraid to keep going forward. I think that fear is what drives recessions, and I think that that fear can sometimes drive you to make some bad decisions that end up confusing your customer base as to who you are. But I'd say the biggest concern that the recession gave me had to do with keeping people employed. And this recession, unlike the one of 2001, 2002, the recession of 1991, 92, 1987. We went through a lot of recessions. The tough one about this time is that, in fact, we did have to cut some people's pay. We had to curtail some people's schedules, and we even had to lay some people off. And that's not a fun thing to do. And that's not a fun thing to do in a business that prides itself on taking care of one another first in order to do an even better job of taking care of our customers.
How did you communicate to your employees, when the recession first started? You put employees first. What did you say to them to encourage them to keep their spirits up?
We really, when I say we, I mean my partners and I, literally on a daily, sometimes weekly basis, really believed that we needed to over-communicate this combination of hope and reality. And we would get as much data as we could about what was really happening in the economy. That was the reality. And we told people that the best thing we know how to do to take care of each other is to be real with each other. And that it's going to be tough, and that we're going to be cutting things that you may have taken for granted in the past. And we're doing it as a way to take care of each other. If we don't make tough decisions and our business is not sustainable, then that's the worst thing we could do to take care of each other. And that there's going to be occasions when you might see somebody who's one of your best friends not have a job the next day. That's not what we hope happens, but that could happen. And by just being upfront always about it, what ended up happening was that reality was never as bad as what people feared it might be. And then furthermore, what we really try to do is just constantly keep our eye on who we are, why we exist, and remind people that just like the North Star doesn't leave the sky, depending on what may be happening on Earth today, the reason we exist as a company doesn't change based on today's economy.
Your business has actually grown during these tough times.
Well, we did, and I think that what we also tried to do throughout the recession was to remind ourselves on a daily basis, and this gets back to the notion of hope and reality, that the reality is it's pretty ugly out there right now. But the hope and the reality is that unless this is the first recession in the history of the world that doesn't one day end, this one is going to have an end to it. And so you've really got to take every single day and use it as an opportunity to say, I can't control what's happening out there in the world right now, but I can control how we behave. And where do we want to be when this thing is over, besides alive? How do we want people to think about us? Who do we want on our team? And we made some decisions early on when we really got a picture of how ugly the recession was going to be. And that was, we really wanted to use this as an opportunity to hire the best people out there, because if the recession offers one opportunity, it's, guess what? People are available. Good people are available. We also wanted to look for some good real estate opportunities, because while everybody is sure that the recession is never going to end, maybe there would be some good opportunities to get some good real estate out there. And finally, we wanted to use the opportunity, because we'd have a little bit more time on our hands, because we wouldn't be serving as many customers every day, to use that time to take better care of each other and to take better care of our guests and to stay in contact and build deeper relationships, all with the hope that when the thing is over, we'd have better employees on our team, better underlying real estate for our new restaurants, and stronger bonds with all of our relationships. And I think when it's over, we will end up in a stronger spot than even when we went in.
What kind of feedback have you received from your customers during the recession?
I think that our customers haven't really given us macro feedback on how we handled the recession, but the fact that they have continued to keep all of our restaurants in business, that they've responded when we've asked them to come to the restaurants more often. You know, we really beefed up some of our marketing efforts during this time. We beefed up a lot of our communication with customers, and I think that when people are feeling fear, you know, the recession hit everybody, it didn't just hit us. They even more so want to come to a place that gives them hope. And I've always believed that the word hope is the root word of the word hospitality. And all the more so that I think people have embraced our places. And I don't know whether the recession is over today or whether it's over tomorrow or whether it'll stay over in 6 months. But I do know that our businesses are thriving right now. And knock on wood, we didn't have to close any of them during the recession.
We've been talking with Danny Meyer of Union Square Hospitality Group. Check out the next part of this series as we explore what it takes to be a leader with guts. For Food Channel Pro, I'm Ellen Koteff.